Super kick up his head. Jumping knee. Rolling elbow. Look at this. Oh!
Welcome everybody to PWF is War. So I'm the host. I'm AKA Captain Awesome, Adam, as you know me. Like to do some plugins now. First off, like us on Facebook at Broadcast Wrestling Fallout, where our shows will be uploaded there. Follow us on Twitter at PWF is War, which is the same. Join our group, which is active, Broadcast Wrestling Fallout as well, which we discuss within wrestling, not just WWE, Ring of Honor, Indies, you name it. And of course, subscribe now if you haven't already. Spread the word, guys. Spread the word. So tell your friends and pro wrestling fans to check us out and see what they think. So yeah. And of course, if you are indie interview debut, which we're interviewing one half of the bangers, so the headbangers. So his name's Thrasher. He's a former WWF tag team champion. He used to be in NWA. So we're going to interview him at July 12th. July 12th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. UK time, it's 11 p.m. So be there. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. We're going to see what he's got to say. So be there, guys. Don't miss it. And first off, I want to introduce my PWF team tonight. They're here, they're loaded. Got one guy over there from another show. I don't know what show that is. But yeah. You know, he came at the right place. The best show on YouTube right now. Best host.
Yeah.
Sorry, C-Double. Sorry, C-Double.
It's all good. It's all good, Adam. You know, I got much love for you, brother.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and bury you later.
Wow. Yeah, we see that.
Let me get
when
this
I was asleep.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
What up, buddy?
I'll upset you there, man. But we move to Billy. Go ahead if you want to. Go ahead with say hello. Luke Gallows, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up? My daddy said hi the other night. That's awesome.
Must be a great feeling having your dad.
Yeah.
Got Gallows in Japan and seeing you.
Yeah.
Do you see him much?
Has he
said hi. Yeah, there he is.
There he is, brother. All in his glory.
Yep. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter if you guys want to at BrickWally60.
That's it. We move to now from another broadcast guy, Mr. C-Double, Chris Champion. He's here, aka Albert.
You know it. Hey, I'm the hottest announcer in NXT history, baby. So that's how we do it. Jason Albert here, his twin. So how's it going, guys? Open Wrestle Talk, you know it. See Georgia Rican on Twitter and at Wrestle __ talk. And man, thanks for having me on here. And CM Styles says, "What's up?" So.
CM motherfucking Styles.
Look at that!
There you go. There you go. You don't have to introduce him. I already did. So there you go. Yeah. Well, too bad he was on the show, but that's how he is. But,
he'll be back. Don't worry.
Yeah. So it's good to have you on the show, Chris. Good.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And move to the original PWF guy. He looks a bit tired, but he's still here. He's from the Bullet Club. He's Arabian Wolf. Paul Jays.
Yeah, I'll hang in there. I'm not that tired today. I'm feeling a little bit better than yesterday. And can you guys believe it? Fucking the 50th episode of PWF is War. I doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it's been a long time coming. Quick reminder, like Adam said, Josh will be on the show, one half of the infamous headbangers from the WWF. Worked through the Attitude Era and even prior to that. A lot of nostalgia going to be on the show. Can't wait to interview them. But I don't like people. But if you like me, if you happen to like me, you can follow me on Twitter at _Arabian Wolf or add me on Facebook at Paul Jazer. I'll cut it back to you, Adam Salmon.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's nice. I don't know if anyone will follow you on Twitter now because you said you don't like fans, but hey. But moving on.
That's almost as bad as the Freak going, you don't have to come to the wrestling event, but if you want to come.
If you want a cookie, you can.
That's my kind of guy right there. Maybe I'll tag with him.
Maybe I'll tag with him.
But yeah.
Okay.
Great, we better start. Get back to me. I'm the most focused guy.
I don't want it anymore. Just take it.
Yeah, take it. I know. You know I'm the best. You know. Yeah. Oh, whew. That deep breath. Okay. So tonight we are talking about any fans questions from our lovely PWF. They send us questions. It's hard work, but hey, we've got some questions in. We might have time for some rumours, but maybe not. But we might TNA we're going to start. So, yeah.
Don't worry, we still have fans staying here with us.
Hopefully. Yeah. So yeah, we start off with the first question from my page. He said, is it true that WWE is trying to make room in the budget for AJ Styles?
So you can have another chicken cutlet soup, or you can have the thing.
You hear that?
Let's try not to laugh.
I know. I don't know if he was serious or not. I don't know if it's a joke. But, I'm just gonna say a short answer and say no. Not gonna happen. He's happy in New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's no rumours him joining WWE. It's not because they released these guys, Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal, because they want to have some budget to sign AJ Styles. It's not happening. He's ready on. No, it's not happening. He's ready. Why doesn't he need to come? And they have no interest with him anyway. So, and his age as well. So it's not going to happen. I don't see it true. I don't know where he got it from, but it's false. So, anybody want to answer that? Go ahead. Anybody?
No, he's not coming to WWE. He's with Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling for at least a year, so he's not going anywhere for now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anybody else? Or no?
I mean, you always have rumors of certain guys. I guess AJ Styles is the new Sting, because he's like the guy that, Sting never went to WWE until, we don't know still yet. But, for the longest time, Sting was that guy that rumors would always fly around. So, I mean, I could see where someone could try to connect dots. But, yeah, he just signed a deal with, I think, Ring of Honor, New Japan. The only thing I could say is if Ring of Honor and WWE does have this, what people say, backdoor relationship where they bring guys in and over, that might work. But, honestly, I just like where AJ's at now. I mean, think about it. He's gotten over in Japan. And then when he came to New York with the Ring of Honor crew, they blew up big time for him. So, I mean, I almost want to say, does he really have to be in WWE? I don't actually think he does. No, not trying to. I think he's great, actually, as he is.
I think he's better off where he's at right now, because he's in the best point of his career right now, so.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't see. There's no interest. I don't know where he's got those sources because I have not heard any rumours him joining WWE recently. So no, it's not going to happen. And he's happy where he is. Why does he need to go? And so.
I mean, if the money's good and they'll let him do his stuff, that's one thing. But
yeah, if he lets him, if he's have control over his creative character, then maybe. Yeah.
True.
Perhaps. I mean, you have to go to NXT at 37 years old. a bit, at that age.
Yeah, that's kind of
it's
hard.
kinda
Yeah.
hard. If he's at 30,
I can't see him being in NXT. I would just no.
No, I can't see it. I mean, he
But
will
he
have to
could
be
go
next.
against Mr. NXT though.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Phenomenal match.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. NXT. Yeah, we didn't know who that was, didn't we? But Paul, if you have any say about it,
Yeah,
last guy.
when they made the big move of taking Devin out of the Bullet Club, they knew internally, very few, including Devin himself, that he was going to be going to WWE, so they needed that credible replacement to replace him. So when AJ Styles come in to reform the Bullet Club as the new leader of the Bullet Club, you know, he knew it was going to be a long-term investment. He was going to be working with these guys for at least maybe 2 years down the road. So him going to WWE is a little unrealistic to me. And if he was going to WWE, which he's not, just say he was hypothetical, they wouldn't need to make cuts to bring him in. When they bring in top indie guys, when they bring in someone from another company, they all usually start around the same base rate. And depending on what you make is delegated by how hard you work and what your work ethic is and what you do to make yourself better. That's how much you make. You can make as much as you want. And that's what you always hear in the interviews and stuff like that. So they wouldn't need to make budget cuts to bring in Styles. And so yeah, it doesn't seem too realistic to me. Even though I would love to see it, it's not going to happen. Devitt's the guy that's taking that spot.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think they need a budget. Release some guys just to sign AJ Styles. I don't think he cost that much to get him on board. But anyway, that's pretty much we answer your question. So if we move on to the next questions, unless Paul, you have any.
I have one from CM Styles, so hit your next one, and then we'll come back to it so I can find it real quick.
Okay, so I think this guy, he said, excuse me for the language, but he said, why the fuck isn't Sami Zayn on the main roster?
Is someone going to censor that?
No,
Why the bleep?
it's not going to happen. This ain't a PG show. What do you expect?
Why the Rosebud is he not a...
What the lemon is he not doing on the main roster?
Yeah. Fuck the lemons, guys. Come on. Don't be a rosebud. Be a lemon.
Right.
But I want to be a lemon.
Well,
Don't worry, Double. So do I.
everybody wants to be a lemon right
So
now.
does the Irish Sheik with his gold beer.
The Irish Sheik is lemons.
Brick wall lemonade.
Oh my god. He has an image for it, yeah, pretty much.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. He's got the head for it, the head shape for it.
Back to the question at hand.
Yeah,
Back
So,
to the
yes.
question the kid said.
that's Sami Zayn. Why Sami Zayn's not the main roster right now? So if you want to answer that first.
I'll kick it
Anybody?
off.
Yeah.
Of
Right.
course, he's ready for the main roster. He's always has been. He really didn't need NXT, as Devin won't need NXT, as Steen won't need NXT. But WWE likes to groom their talent to work WWE standards in the ring and move like they do and stuff like that. But the reason he's still in NXT is because NXT honestly needs him. He's their top guy when it comes to in-ring ability. And, everyone's looking at him. So him and Neville and even Tyler Breeze and a few others are the head. They're like the John Cena. They're like the shield of that program. So once we have the guys like Steen and Devin and all of them make the transition into NXT, then we'll see Sami Zayn and Neville and those guys make the transition to the main roster. So all in due time.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was going to say, I mean, either that or they're just waiting for something for like a storyline, waiting to come to the main roster and thinking, they haven't got anything right now, but they're just waiting. But he's going to come after the summer. There has been rumors that he's going to be in the main roster after SummerSlam. So you don't have to wait too long. I know what it means. I'm thinking, why?
Before the end of the year, so.
It won't be until. He does have to wait until next year or end of the year, no. But
It is a good question, though. He does deserve to be on the main roster, and he is ready for it.
I understand where he's coming from. Thinking myself, this guy is too good. He should be on the main roster. He's better than half the wrestlers.
They need him on NXT, like you said, because he's their only top guy right now. That's actually good. Besides Tyler Breeze and a couple other.
Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn.
Play shook the foundation.
Corey Graves as well is good.
Yeah, Corey Graves, he's injured, isn't
Yeah, I haven't seen him for ages.
Okay.
Yeah, that sucks. I like watching him.
I know, and he would be a good Shield member if they ever wanted to face Seth Rollins. But I said this before.
No, but he's a heel. He's a heel. He's not a face.
He's not ready. Not for that.
He's too much of a heel. He's not a baby face.
Well, he can be a face because he has been a face before. So.
He was a face with Packy Neville.
Yeah, so he can do it.
But he's not ready to fill Seth Rollins' shoes, if that's what people are thinking. Sorry, not ready for that.
No, not that. I don't know.
Yeah. I said he's one of the picks, not I'm going to say. I had before Sami Zayn, but I didn't say, he's one of my number one picks to be replaced.
No, yeah, right.
Well, all right. So
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask is the question, why is Sami Zayn not on the main roster, or are we talking who do we think is member of Shield? Because I got too many answers on that.
I don't know. We just went into a whole different topic.
I know. I was listening. I just was kind of want to make sure I got that right.
We do this all the time. So.
Oh no, it's cool. You know, I kind of do the same thing too with my show. My thing is this. You know, you guys said it perfectly. Sami Zayn is a glue guy in NXT right now. And once you get some more guys that can be that and that's going to stay in NXT for a while. And here's something else. I mean, yeah, if he goes to the main roster, it'd be cool. But what can he do in that main roster where, you know, I'm afraid if he gets in the main roster and it don't work out, you know, then you see him get slipping down. They put him, you know, in other spots, and then you go, well, he becomes the Dolph Ziggler. You know, that's what my fear is. You know, does he end up getting, well, we can't do anything with him, and it's like, really? You know, so
there's too many storylines going on right now. Like, you know, it's just you debut him, it's not going to do nothing.
So you're afraid he's going to peak too soon?
Well, no, I don't think he will peak too soon. I think what would be good though is if you bring him out during their slow time, because you know what I mean. After SummerSlam, you know, you could bring him out, you know, maybe Night of Champions or something. You know, he could work that venue, you know, and then so you know Hell in a Cell or you know whatever they're going to call it this year, and you know you go from there. But right now, I mean, I like him in NXT. Every match he's had is quality, and then the question is he going to ever have that chance to win the NXT title? I think when he does win the belt, then that's when we will know his time will come up to when he drops it. That's when we'll see him in WWE in the main roster.
Right. Yeah. He does work dark matches before the main roster shows, so the fans that know who he is. The fans that watch the network and watch NXT know who he is. But I have no problem with him working and getting a little bit more exposure in NXT before they do make that transition. Yeah. I think it's better off for him, honestly.
Well, and honestly, wouldn't it be better to, you know, make sure, one, he's talking more? I mean, because everything I've seen, he hasn't really talked too much, and I like to hear him more speak. He's not bad. I like him. I mean, I've become a big fan of his. Love the Cesaro series matches, and then Tyler Breeze match was top notch. So, I mean, you know, the more the merrier, I say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't talked much, but he's done all right. Like when I last heard him speak on the mic, so see what he's made of. You know,
that's generic, hilarious. So.
Yeah, if he brings that to his character, then he'd be really funny. Yeah.
See, WWE would use it all wrong, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, they'll probably use it with like Santino, end up being Santino.
Oh God, yeah.
They have to. They would.
You can humor people on the indie scene, but still be that serious, scientifically gifted wrestler, that great wrestler, you know. But in WWE, you kind of turn into a Santino Marella or something of that sort.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to be Chris Jericho or The Rock on the microphone, but Sami Zayn lets his wrestling do the talking for him, and I think that's going to get him farther than anybody would expect.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I think we said that question, we answered the question. Move to another one. It's the same guy. He asked another question. He asked, why did they get rid of Drew McIntyre? We kind of answered this in the other video, but
I have a pretty good answer to it as well.
I don't really have an answer.
I don't know, really. I mean, probably because they don't have anything for him, because he has the talent in the world. I just don't see why they did release it. Maybe they just thought, oh, that's it. With 3MB, he can't really do anything else much. And it's been going on for 2 years. 3MB, it's not going anywhere else. But the fans actually do like 3MB. They do get some reaction.
It's just WWE logic. They release people, during the springtime or whatever it is now. That's what they do every year. So.
But there's more.
I know they do it every year, but they're doing it with this. It was like 11 guys got released. I've never seen that in 1 year, so it was really different. And they said before they will let the contract expires, instead of releasing them. So they kind of backfired and lied. They changed their minds.
Well, also here's another dramatic that we're not really talking about. What if they ask for their release? That could also be in play here with Drew McIntyre.
I heard Theodore Long.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I remember, I think I was also mentioning that before there. I think with Theodore R. Long, you've been in the business that long, and no pun intended, but, you get tired and, you want to kind of just go out the way you want. And some guys, versus wrestling, maybe you just want to be like, hey, let me get a break. And, it is a hard, industry. Drew McIntyre, though, it might be, but besides that, I can't tell you why. I'm still spellbound about it because I thought out of those three, he was the one that I would keep.
Yeah.
Unless they're making room for the indie guys that are coming in, like
I honestly prefer Slater, but
I don't know. Just a thought.
You're the only guy.
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
more than I would stuff like that.
So many things that could be.
I just think they should have. I don't know. They shouldn't release Drew McIntyre. Even Oksana, they shouldn't release because she's improved so much in the ring. I just think it's ridiculous. She's better than some of the divas like the Bellas and Eva Marie as well.
They had nothing for her, so they just.
Our broomstick is talented than Eva Marie. Come on now.
Come on, yeah, exactly.
I think Bree is a better wrestler than Oksana. That's just me, though.
Alright, it's your opinion. It's true.
I don't know. I can't get.
I disagree.
You can definitely put well-rounded. She has a way better moveset, and she has more moves in her arsenal. You see
that scream,
It seems like the same fucking moveset she's had for the last 10 years.
Because you watch your match, but then all you pay attention to is Bree mode, drop kick.
That's great, isn't it?
You're like,
you're bad acting.
I switched the channel off. I went to the bathroom. I did this. How you gonna evaluate? Do all that? You can't evaluate a match when you haven't seen it. I honestly think Bree is decent. I'm not saying she's great by any means. She's actually.
I don't think she's decent at all. I think she's garbage.
She's better than Nick.
No, I wouldn't say she's garbage, but she's not. She's not great. No. I think she's.
Marie is the new definition of garbage. Don't put Bree in that category.
Whoa!
She has improved. You have to say she has improved. If you're a fan of her, she has improved a little bit. So.
Garbage.
That's Eva Marie.
Her acting form.
She's trash. In the trash can.
There you go. Doc Gallows he's a heel now. That's it.
Here we go. PWF is for Swerve. We got a Swerve going on over there.
He just turned on his hands.
Swerve.
Charles is dancing somewhere.
He turned on Pete. He turned on.
She's getting trained by Daniel Bryan, but it seems not to be working.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So if we're going to talk about that, I believe Oksana should have stayed. And I think that the whole, Brie Bella, Nikki Bella. My thing was this: they were good at one point, but they have not been the same since they came back. And yeah, ever since Total Divas, it's like they become that show, and it's like that's why I would love for Total Divas to get redone, where you can see like the backstory, as in what they're training, who trained them, how they got into the business. Get the focus off the drama crap and reality mess, and put it on the actual, so the fans can look at them and go, well, I can relate to that. I can relate to that fight. Because there are tons of women wrestlers out there that feel like, this is just a stupid it's a stupid show, when you could be doing so much more. You know, Jesse Bell was talking about how, you know, it's ridiculous if, you know, there's so much talent out there that women can actually be in tag teams, but they can't because all it's about is that certain diva aspect. And that does take away from what you're doing in the business.
I will
Yeah,
admit, Total Divas haven't been getting any TV time really.
Yeah.
I think that's been on purpose because I think people are realizing, you know what, all it is a fluff show.
Well, I
But I
don't
like
even watch the show.
something
So.
more similar to like a Tough Enough instead of a Total Divas.
Yeah.
But one thing
Yeah, that's what I was
they
thinking.
get more ratings than TNA does.
But fans these
Yeah.
days like the drama. They like the reality television, and that's what they go
It's
for.
reality air, so.
It works.
But I would like
Yeah.
it off script. But,
I would prefer Tough Enough, something more similar to that. But
Some of it's off script and then some's on script, so.
Yeah.
yeah, but
I mean,
yeah, but it's like
yeah.
what 90% of it. But, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Paul.
go ahead,
My
CW. My bad.
Well, no, I was just
It's
gonna
cool.
say, you know, I like Tough Enough, and I thought Tough Enough. You know, I can't wait if they really redo Tough Enough. That'll be great. But I just think you got so many women there that it would help them to break out. You know, if you saw, you know, instead of just looking at them going, oh, there's Ava Marie, a pretty face. That's about it.
Yeah.
You can see their training. You can see what they're trying to do, why they wanted to do this, you know? And I think sometimes, you know, people forget that. What's the why of them wanting to be wrestlers, you know?
Because we haven't know
doing
why.
good.
Sometimes there really isn't a why. That's the unfortunate thing when it comes to people like that. You know, people like Eva Marie. You know, given I don't blame her for her lack of ability in the ring.
It's fault. They just want to promote her as Total Divas the whole time. That's all they want.
She should be training Performance Center then.
WWE trained her for literally like 2 weeks to a month, I believe, if that. You know, probably ring training is supposed to be about 6 to 8 months before you break off on your own, and even after that, you're still slowly working and running the basics. But you know, they had her go 2 weeks to a month training, and then they threw her right on the road. You can't really blame her.
Yeah, and then if you, I was watching Total Divas. She said I haven't trained in like 8 months.
Oh, there you go. That's why she's crap. They explains it.
I'm sitting here like, oh shit.
She's booked solid. She's booked solid.
Yeah, because her and Summer Rae were doing a session how to do a camel clutch, and she couldn't remember how to do it.
But
This is what I mean. Yeah, I mean, does she have the passion for being like a wrestler? You know,
Summer Rae's like, you
Why
have
is
the
she-
passion for wrestling, or you just here to be here?
I mean, is she just coming to join to be like a stepping stone, or maybe get something from the WWE and then move to another direction in your career?
I feel bad.
Modeling.
Yeah, I feel bad for Eva Marie's career. It's gonna go to shit in a couple of years when Total Divas is done.
And that's why Rosa Mendes still has a job, so she can thank her lucky stars.
Yeah, she still has a job.
Because she should have been released, really.
it's funny because they offered AJ Lee a Total Divas contract to be on the show, and she turned him down instantly. I heard.
I'm glad.
I'm good. That's a
Fucking
smart
show.
decision.
Like,
Yeah.
why didn't you? She's probably like, why didn't you be on that shitty ass show? I'm a wrestler, not a fucking diva.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, yeah, Drew McIntyre was released, and you know it's unfortunate. He was a good worker, but there's more than meets the eye. We don't know what goes on at house shows. We don't know how they perform there. We don't know how what the morals like backstage with manager that. And there could have been several reasons behind it. There could have been absolutely no reason at all, and they just didn't want to deal with having nothing for him and having a guy on the roster just sitting there getting paid. So you know they released him. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure he's eating up indie dates already once his 90-day thing is up. So
Yeah.
best of luck to him. You know, he's a good worker and he's going to do well for himself. You don't need WWE, TNA, or mainstream wrestling to be self-made and be successful in this company, in this business. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe join Global Force Wrestling overall.
Yeah, maybe.
That's where I want him to go. He could be a main eventer there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, we answered that. If Paul, if you want to have your question.
Yeah, let me jump back to CM Styles. You know, shout out, cheap plug to CM Styles, destroying tape. Yeah, motherfucking Styles. We got one half seat double in the house. Hello.
You know it.
Moving on to his question, CM Styles 2 hours ago asked, with Kevin Steen finally into WWE, will we see a repackage or will we see him sit around just picking up a paycheck till they finally have something for him to do? What do you guys think? Who wants to kick it off?
Wow.
Would they repackage
Let
him?
the crew flabbergasted.
I mean, they're gonna change his. I mean, I don't think they should repackage him. That's
I'm
my
not gonna let him
opinion.
use that package power driver for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, there goes that.
unfortunately, his best finisher, obviously, the power driver, that's going to go, which is sad.
He can do a stunt time from the top rope.
Yeah, but isn't Sin Cara's using that?
Fucking crazy. I've seen him do that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I like when he does that.
I think he could use it, unless that's going to be difficult. I mean,
I don't know,
doesn't he use the F5 as well? I mean,
Yeah, he's that too. But
he can't use that because
he did that in a recent show. They're like, F5, F5. I'm like, oh
You
shit.
could do a reverse F5. You could do an imploding F5, where instead of
Yeah.
your stomach sitting on his shoulders, his back does.
Yeah, he could do that.
You can do that too, yeah.
Just like I offered Eric Rowan the imploding chokeslam, where he picks him up by the back and neck and drops him on their face.
Yeah, you said that. I was thinking that at the same time. That could have. Yeah, he can invent him to like.
What do you guys think about the repackage? Do you think he's gonna repackage? Will like keep his name, direction, anything of that matter?
It's hard
Well, he's
to
never
say.
changed.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I wanted to hear you guys, but my view. Well, I mean, my view is this: is because I'm just kind of. I've been enjoying watching his work in Ring of Honor and the stuff that Brick posts in the room, and so do you, Paul. I gotta say, I actually hope he doesn't get repackaged. I mean, here's the thing: there's nobody on the roster that has the name Kevin or Steen, so
Nope.
the name could stay. So that's a good
Yeah.
thing. It's just, what do you do? Now, my thing is this. Don't make him dancing around. Don't make him no brontosaurus type of idiot,
Oh,
you know.
God, don't even
I
say
would,
it.
I would like for him just to show up, and I know this is going to sound crazy. I want him to show up and beat the hell out of John Cena, because I'm a John Cena fan. But to make an impact, do that, you know, or go after one of the head guys, you know, beat the hell out of Roman Reigns, you know,
Randy Orton.
and then or have him team up with, you know, Seth Rollins, because you know you want to do like a heel first, you know, see how he gets over as a heel. You know, you put him with Seth, that would be really good with him, you know, and I don't know about the move issue, but I seen that package pile driver, and I'm going, there is no way WWE would allow him to use it. But God, if you wanted to make an impact or change up the environment, you let him use it, because that would be really cool. I mean, I'm just saying, I would love to see him come in there and package power drive somebody and just drop them. That would be great, you know, and the place goes nuts.
And then
I agree.
WWE can make a whole bunch of packed power driver shirts.
Yeah.
There you go.
People will get into it. They'll be like, damn.
No, I think like just like C-Double says, there's no reason to change his name. The name sounds good. It goes with his look, and you know he's never been really a gimmick. He's always just been Kevin Steen, the guy. There wasn't that much more to it. He was real, and that was him, and people loved him. So I don't see them changing Kevin Steen. They might change they're probably going to change his look around, things of that nature. But other than his name, I think that might stay relevant with him in NXT and going out to the main roster. Like C-Double said, he wants to see his heel work, and we've seen Steen as a heel before. We've seen his run with Scum and Jimmy Jacobs before he turned face and took out the stable and things like that in Ring of Honor. Yeah. He can run as a heel. He does have a great mind for the business. He is talented. From what we've seen, he's actually getting in good shape too. He's losing a lot of that baby fat on him. So he's coming in as a mean, lean wrestling machine. And, I'm all for it, man. I'm so excited now. Here's the question. There's two guys. If you had to pick only one to get repackaged, change of name, change of look, change of everything, who would it be? Would you pick Steen or Devitt? Because I would pick Steen to get repackaged immediately before Devitt.
Ooh, you're gonna hate me because I'm gonna actually go the other way on that one.
No.
No.
The kids are pissed off for it.
You gotta hear me out. Because what I just said, how can I go against the argument I said about Steen when I just said, you know, there's no Kevin, there's no Steen. That would be a good thing for him just to be himself. Now with Devitt, because he's so multitask, I would drop the Prince and just go with Devitt, the man known as Devitt, and then you can play to that mystical adaptation of how he is. One of my favorite looks he did was the white and black, or the white body paint and the black spider. That was cool. Yeah, the anti-venom. I like that. And what I'm saying is, you just go with Devitt, and you kind of go from that angle. You know, work from, and not only that, you've told me before, he can do just about anything. So yeah, you drop the Prince, but you keep Devitt,
But why
and that's
drop the
how
Prince?
you would repackage, huh?
I do like the idea, just Devitt alone, just Devitt.
Yeah.
That would work, and it sounds cool, and it's like a mysterious element to it. But why drop Prince when it fits so well?
Well, I get it. I guess the reason why I say drop Prince is just, you know, when you're in the wrestling, it's not every day you hear Prince. You know, it kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't sound right in wrestling terms. I get it.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
older. He's not. A Prince is when you're young, not older.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're not gonna call him. They could just go with Devitt, I guess. Yeah, I can understand that. Maybe call him Prince. Seems like
Devitt.
credibility, and the fans might not know who he is. So that doesn't make sense just to call him Devitt alone. But yeah, either way, I just don't want him repackaged really because they're gonna give him some stupid Irish name and call him like Billy O'Reilly or something and put a clover leaf on his dress.
Single bumblebee.
That's what they do. They literally when they don't have an idea for someone, they go, "What are you? Are you Irish? What are you? Are you Arab? What are you?" And they stereotype.
Oh yeah,
He's Canadian, obviously.
Who was Seamus's name? Seamus something.
The Shaughnessy.
Devin's from
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did so much Seamus too. They fucked his name up at first.
Yeah.
Well, you're famous. Well, he fits the gimmick, but still. But yeah, I'm all for it. Either way, these guys, what their name is, what their look is, they're gonna blaze a trail right through NXT and onto the main roster. So
Yeah.
we're at the end of the day, we're on the same page.
On the name, I don't really care as long as he performed good as he did. You know, that's what I'm worried about. They let him do what he can do.
You get watered down a little bit. Hopefully not. Sami Zayn's a guy that kept pushing strong, and he still is. He still looks the same.
Yeah.
That's NXT. They let you do, you know, what you want to show.
There's more freedom.
When you get in the main roster, they kind of cut you down. Like, the perfect example is Paige. She put so much good matches on NXT, and now she's just gonna ask D, and then she makes like a comeback.
We're all waiting on AJ though. That's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when she gets a real opponent.
Yeah, yep, pretty much. So I think we answered this question, unless you've got any last thoughts of it. No?
Nope.
Okay.
Pretty good here.
Pretty
Alright.
much.
So we move on to the next question. This guy, he told me on Facebook, he said, what is the most likelihood will be the main event of WrestleMania 31? So he's gonna be WrestleMania 31.
I can't even
Main
say
event.
that. It's so much shit that's gonna be happening in the next couple months. So
It's hard to call.
main event, it's hard to say.
I mean, you could say Roman Reigns, maybe.
Jeez.
I mean, because he's been pushing him like that.
We
Maybe
could
him.
we could see Roman Reigns with the Royal Rumble and main event Mania, but
Yeah. I don't know against who.
He's
Maybe
that
Bray Wyatt. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt.
So I'm gonna say Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
just a regular match for nothing. For
Huh?
nothing. For
Well,
nothing.
no, there'll obviously be build up in between if it does
Well,
happen.
for the title.
For the title or
Yeah.
non-title?
Title.
Brock Lesnar there was plans of him taking the title from Bryan at SummerSlam and him going into
Yeah.
WrestleMania, and who would be that mega face coming up in the roster to take it from him would be Roman Reigns.
But then he was supposed to be cashed on that same night too.
Yeah, true. So that's what it is. It's too early to really speculate. It's all just guess has.
See, that is not so predictable right now. It's kind of
We're
hard.
10, it's 10 months from now. That's what you can't really say.
I
Yeah.
can't
Reigns
predict
was-
WWE after WrestleMania. It's just everything I've been wrong
Kind of
on.
answer that.
They shift gear into a whole nother realm. Everything is switched around, but if I had to pick two guys, it'd be Reigns Lesnar. Who would you guys pick as a one-on-one main event?
I already said my one. So.
Who?
I already said my one. I said Reigns and versus Bray Wyatt. So.
That'd be.
Mm.
Just- If you go, I would go with Reigns with the face and Bray as a heel. So, yeah.
Of course. Yeah. What do you guys think? What about UC Double?
God, this is a hard one. Because No,
really
and
is.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not thinking John Cena. So let me go ahead and throw that out. Yeah,
Hey,
it's not that.
you did.
No, no, no,
Whatever
no,
is
no.
your opinion.
No, it's not that. It's just see, what was it when the whole Money in the Bank when Cena lost to Daniel Bryan? My thing was you got to push young talent. You got to just start building for that future. So with that being said, I want to kind of stick with that. I would love to see Seth Rollins in the main event. Oh, but God, but who? Because I could see him being that heel, especially
Yeah.
now with the swerve. I think when he turned his back on Triple H or on the Shield, he has now set himself to be that heel. He needs to get that title run. So I would love to see him be the champ and Roman Reigns go against him if I had to pick a face. But I also want to put Cesaro in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, Reigns versus Rollins could be a really good main event. I could see that because you had Triple H Rock for such a long time. No one really, crapped on that. And then you have Seth now can be in that new generation to carry that, become the architect that he is. He can be the champ. I could see him hold the belts, and I could see Reigns, doing that brutal road to challenging him. Um, but God, I also want to say Cesaro, but yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I think Rollins versus Reigns would be good.
Fair enough. That's cool. That's cool. That's good. What about you, Billy? I think you said.
I got one. Bray versus Daniel Bryan.
That's a good one too.
Right?
Because, yeah, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan, because they're supposed to do that apparently at SummerSlam too. So.
I'm all for that because they had a great
I can
match
see
at
that,
Royal Rumble.
because since Daniel Bryan's out now, I can see that happening.
Yeah. That's a good point. Could happen. Yeah. I mean, they had good chemistry at the Royal Rumble. They stole the show.
Yeah, they do have good chemistry.
Yeah,
Right.
they can perform a 5-star match for sure, definitely. So yeah, I guess that's the answer to the guy's question. We said who we like to have in the main event at WrestleMania 31. So continue. Yeah. There's a TNA question one actually. We have a TNA one.
All right, hold on, let me get my Abdul the Fork Butcher. Fork.
You better get excited about this.
Oh, what kind of question is it?
So let's answer the young lad's question.
Yeah, he just asked who do you think will win the TNA title tonight. Who do you think's gonna win?
Well, if Samoa Joe and Austin Aries are in it, not hard, but I still see Eric Young coming out as champ.
Eric Young? You're going Eric
Yeah.
Young? Alright.
Still see him coming out as champ.
What about you? CW?
All right, so I'm going to answer it this way. I believe Eric Bryant will come out as champ. He'll be doing the maybe chant, and Bobby Tista and Kenny Orton will fall to the great that is Eric Bryant. He'll bounce back from getting powerbomb RKO'd at the same time. But if you want my personal opinion, I would say I'd love for Austin Aries to save the division and win the belt. But that would mean TNA actually got creative. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give him that kind of credit.
If they did go with that tonight, I'll give them some credit on that.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way to go.
Yeah, pretty much. So, what about you, Paul?
Honestly, if Eric Young doesn't lose tonight, I see him losing on Thursday's edition of Impact Wrestling. Considering his new reality show is about to kick off, the majority of the reason they did put the title on him, most people don't believe it, but it is. And if I had to pick my personal favorite, who I honestly want to win it, it would either be Aries or Joe. I favor Aries more because I like that type of wrestling more. But I want to see Aries win it overall. But from the way it looks, TNA is pretty cliche and predictable with their outcomes, and it looks like it's going to be, Kenny King and Batista #2, fucking Bobby Lashley, 2-on-1 with Eric Young overcoming the odds and gonna get the living shit out of him, win by the hair on his nose, and then Q beat up to defend again on Thursday and lose it. So, but yeah, I want to see Aries win.
This seems like a WrestleMania 30 right here. doing. But besides, it's a cage match just now.
Yeah.
X Division match is what I want to see. You got both the Wolves in there, you got Savannah in there, you got a couple
Yeah, I
of
want to
good...
see the Wolves. I want to see them face the Von Erichs, maybe, supposedly.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Whoa, what's up with this Von Erich angle?
They're
What's going on?
debuting.
Von Erich.
So there's a
Okay.
tag team with guys that are Von Erichs. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's their sons or grandsons or whatever. I don't know if they are.
I thought it was their nephew.
Or nephews. I don't know what generation. I didn't know they even existed anymore.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought all the guys were killed off. I'm not trying to be funny. I really was. I mean,
I know. Same here. Because three of them committed suicide, right?
I swear to God, if we find out this is a hoax, I will be pissed off.
Me too.
That ain't cool.
Me too.
Because that family's been through enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't know if they've been training or anything, so who knows? It
Yeah.
could go wrong.
It's like their nephew. I guess they're nephews of the Von Erichs.
Well,
So,
that's
yeah,
cool.
So, okay, let me have my say because I didn't pick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You all rumble. Yeah, you forgot me. I'm the host.
I apologize, boss. Sorry about that, boss.
Have a cookie. But yeah, I mean, who I'll go with, like Paul said, I like both guys. Austin Aries much more. He's my favourite guy in TNA, but I'm what the hell, you know, I think Eric Young might lose today. So I'm gonna be different from you guys. I'm going with Samoa Joe actually. I think Samoa Joe might do it.
That's cool.
I'm gonna be different. I'm not gonna be the same as you. I'm gonna be different. Samoa Joe's gonna pull it off.
I like both wrestlers, so.
Yeah.
I'm going Samoa Joe. So yeah. I think.
Yeah, because he has a power running like
Ages. Yeah. And because he's now come back recently to TNA, so I'm thinking, yeah, he could take them down, yeah, pretty much. Even though if Austin Aries win, I'd be happy as well. So either them, one of them. That's it. Paul's gone missing. That's nice.
Paul's gone. Why family took him again?
I'm gonna say that Mike Wyatt's gonna come out there and help win the match.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, we answered this question, so move. The next one, I got like a few. But
I got one more. I just got one in for my buddy Justin.
Oh, guys.
You want to do it real quick?
Yeah, quickly. Hopefully it's not a long one.
It's not even long, no.
Do it then, go on.
We want each of us to pick 3 guys that we think deserve to be in the Hall of Fame that should have been in there already.
Oh, good question.
But if you don't mind, I'd like to, be batter up on this one. I'd like to take lead singer.
Yeah, go ahead then. You go first.
Not in any specific order, just 3 guys that I've always wanted to emulate in the ring, 3 guys I've always looked up to, and I would say Randy Savage 1, and British Bulldog at number 2, and Dynamite Kid at number 3. I would put Owen Hart in there, but the controversy with his wife in WWE, I don't see it happening.
You just picked 2 of my picks, damn it.
I know, he did that, yeah. No wonder he wanted to go first.
British Bulldog and Randy Savage.
That should be in the Hall of Fame that you think should be in there, whatever.
The funny thing is, Dynamite Kid was my main pick out of all those, besides Randy and Owen.
I'm gonna get hate for this pick, but Chris Benoit.
Hey.
Did you just say Chris Benoit? Oh my god.
Yeah, Chris Benoit. Fucking haters.
Fuck the haters. Chris Benoit's the man.
He turned heel on you, player.
Even Owen Hart, I want in there, and British Bulldog. 3 guys that should be in there right now.
Even the match alone at Wembley Stadium with Bret Hart was phenomenal. And British Bulldog versus Shawn Michaels was great too. What the hell? Those matches were some of the best matches.
I don't understand why he's not in the Hall of Fame. The guy has so many good matches. Not even funny.
Even when British Bulldog and Dynamite Kid were a tag team, they were the British Bulldogs. They were great together. They didn't get too much exposure on WWF television.
Yeah.
Bad.
It's tough to pick. I'm trying to think of 3rd guy because I already said Randy Savage and British Bulldog. I'm trying to think 3rd guy really deserves it. And it's been a long. years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I think. I mean, I could say Brian Pittman. I mean, he's dead.
Yeah.
He deserves it. I mean, he was a phenomenal talent. Shame how he died.
He does. He was Brian
Also Brian
back
Pittman,
in
yeah.
the days.
I thought Pillman was inducted.
No. Brian Pillman has not.
They never inducted him. Nope.
No, so
All
there
right.
you go. I have Brian Pittman as my guy.
Okay,
I
so
did
we
like his
got.
gimmick.
All right, 3 guys. I like the Bulldogs. You can't really argue that. I would actually put the British Bulldogs as a tag team in there because of their feud with the Hearts
Yeah.
and just the all-around matches that, like you said, Davey Boy. I mean, Dynamite Kid has some excellent matches too. So I mean, I'm actually going to be different, but yet similar. I'll say the British Bulldog as a tag team. So that's one.
Yeah.
This is going to be also kind of controversial because in WWE he really wasn't all that great, but yet, the guy did have a pretty decent following, had some really good moments. Lex Luger, he's doing a lot of work with with the wrestlers that are disabled. I would actually give Lex Luger a nod.
I just remember a guy who I could put on now.
Yeah, and I mean, but I'm trying to think of someone else. And I know this is going to sound crazy because he's actually wrestling, or actually, what the hell, Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost the streak, and if he doesn't wrestle, that's the perfect time to honor him in the Hall of Fame.
He could be a possibility next year.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'll take one of my picks. I would say Sting as well.
Yeah.
I know. He deserves a lot of knowledge of what he done in WCW. He was their top guy. Right, he didn't as a wrestler in WWE, but he was a big name. So, yeah, I would go with Sting.
Isn't just about WWE. It's about wrestling in general. You got guys in the WWE Hall of Fame that didn't even wrestle in WWF. Guys from like AAW and promotions like that far back to the tutorial days.
I mean, some guys who didn't even wrestle in WWE got in the Hall of Fame like not Sting.
Yeah,
and bigger than them, really.
WWF.
I could definitely see Sting going in the Hall of Fame, big time. I mean, that's been something that should have happened quite a while.
Yeah.
He is in the Hall of Fame. He's in the TNA Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, that Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that and 25 cents will get you a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to announce the Hall of Fame induction tonight. Oh my God!
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
Really,
Festus. That's who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Who?
Festus.
Festus.
This is the gravy. So Brick Wall can see his daddy. Shockmaster.
You might as well say the fake Kane should be on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Dressed up as the fake.
Hold on. Brooklyn Brawler. Brooklyn Brawler. Yeah. He actually had a picture of that you could have gotten of fake Kane.
Damn it.
He was fake Kane for a
Could have
while.
signed it. Look, he could have done it. He could have got it.
That whole May 3rd. Or what's the day that Kane hates again? What day is it? May what?
May
Oh
19th.
God. Yeah, May
19th.
19th. Yeah.
19th, is it? Yeah. That whole angle was what Luke Gallows as the fake Kane.
Yeah, he was.
See, and that one was, that was so stupid because it's like, all right, if you were gonna have him be in the mask, why not show it out? I so got mad at that one.
That angle at the end was stupid. The Kane just throws him out of the building or something. And unmasks him.
Yeah, him saying this belongs to me. I'm going, really?
Yeah, I was just dead.
Brooklyn Brawler needs to be in the Hall of Fame. The Jobber edition.
Yeah, might as well have Doink the Clown.
And Heath Slater inducts him.
Yeah.
I like Brooklyn Brawler. He's a guy that gets pushed over talent and works heavy in the back.
Tough dude, yeah, he just does it. Didn't he have a match 2 years or was it a year ago with Ryback and Superstars?
Yeah.
Oh God, poor guy.
There you go.
But he likes to do that, and he gets paid to do it. So more power to him.
Oh yeah, I just worry about his health though.
Well, how? He only does like 2-minute matches, so he'll be okay.
And he doesn't wrestle. What? He wrestles like once a year. Even
No
that.
stress, Gary.
Yeah. superstars. Watches that. So yeah,
That's
I think
a good question there. I like that. That was a good one.
Yeah, well,
it was. It was good. So we move on. Continue to the next questions now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, some of them we probably already said. For it's like, when is CM Punk coming back?
Love a guy.
please, no more
Dude,
punk.
you're gonna keep on waiting.
Just keep on waiting. That's all
Just
I'm
keep
gonna say.
waiting. That's all I gotta say. Keep waiting.
Just wait.
I gotta
So,
tell you, he's my favorite wrestler. Even though he's not like before he left, he's my favorite like wrestler going. And you know, even I'm sick of the CM Punk stuff.
Yeah. I'm not gonna even answer that. I'm gonna move on
He's
to
my
this.
favorite too, and I'm not gonna fucking cry about it. I'm not gonna keep asking when he's gonna come back.
I already
He'll
said
come
it
back when he's
twice.
ready. When he's ready, he'll come back.
To the fans who see CM Punk, to the fans that want him back, I'll make a tribute video for you guys. It's the least I could do.
Oh, I got a
Yeah.
tribute video.
Oh, yes.
I got the perfect tribute video for CM Punk. I will
Oh,
post it in the room.
yes.
I guarantee it is to the song "Let It Go." You'll love it. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
I've
saw
seen
that.
that. I've seen that. I shared that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Punk's
Very
run
good.
wasn't great anyway.
That'll be for the crybaby that keep crying about it.
Yeah, so send it to the guys who doesn't want
I
it
mean,
back.
yeah, it sucks he's not wrestling, but I'm not gonna cry about it. No.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of him, no doubt. You know, if he doesn't come back, it's his choice. I respect his decision. I'm not going to cry like a bitch like half the fans do. It's his choice. I still got to be a fan of him in WWE or out. So,
Right. Yeah, like to be completely honest, I'm not like I would consider myself a mark for CM Punk. I'm a huge fan of his, and I wouldn't know any of you guys if it weren't for CM Punk. And the reason being is he's the guy that got me back into wrestling. I stopped watching for about 8 or 9 years, and a good friend of mine he never stopped watching. And he got me back into it. He said, "You got to check out this guy CM Punk." And ever since then, when I saw him, I've been hooked.
I mean, he is good on the mic. There is no. I mean, there was when he got in that heel role, he was great. You know, even with your law. I mean, you know, and not only that, like when he was surprising people with the commentary. You know, he was doing stuff. He's not a bad wrestler. I mean, I don't think a lot of us are that angry. It's just more of, you know, you guys are fans of his. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go here. The CM Punk when is he coming back question was my when is the Ultimate Warrior coming back as a fan,
That's
Yeah.
so.
because that's how that was. That's how I see it now.
It's even like when The Rock and Austin left, people are like, when they coming back, keep
Yeah.
asking and asking.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And then they said, oh, he wasn't that great. He turned his back on his fans, and you know, all that garbage. I don't really, you know.
CM Punk is a guy people love to hate. He is that guy. It's similar to Daniel Bryan. All the fans turning on him now because he can't compete. Look back when
Yeah, exactly.
Punk ran in and friggin' clotheslined The Rock. Boom, like a snap of a dime. They turned on him in a second.
Yeah, I remember that. That shit was funny.
I was like, really? Just because it's The Rock? Oh,
Best
I
in the world.
like that moment. That was a pretty good moment. I loved it.
but I did love it when he did that to The Rock.
I did too.
Send him back to Hollywood. I was like, give him the GPS. Send him back.
But
Pretty
he ended
comfortable.
with that. I actually marked out too. I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Why couldn't they have done CM Punk versus The Rock at WrestleMania 30? Like, look at the build up they did to Royal Rumble, and it was so short. The promos they cut on each other was fucking phenomenal. And then you do John Cena versus The Rock, and it was just like, face versus face, hero versus
They
hero.
don't want-
Let's
For
compliment
some
each other.
reason, they never wanted to main event Punk.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so bad that their matches
Punk
as
has
well.
never had a WrestleMania moment. That's
Yeah. They should not done 2 matches at the Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber. It should have been WrestleMania, CM Punk, The Rock. Should have had a long build up. Maybe The Rock would have trained, you know, the match would have been a lot better than the Royal Rumble and
they should
Elimination
raise the
Chamber.
WrestleMania.
I think it was a bit. I mean, who really wanted? No offense to you, Double, but who really wanted to see another John Cena match? We've seen it twice. That would be cool.
Well,
And the first time,
here's my problem with the whole Cena Rock match. Was back in the day when a legend came back to challenge the young upstart,
yeah,
the young upstart won, and
Right.
Rock bucked that trend. And I got why, and I thought that was BS still, because you then made the title about, or then when he said, "Oh, I'll win the title," I'm going, now we're going to reward a guy from Hollywood with the biggest belt that you got. that's what rubbed me the wrong way. I've always been a Rock fan, and I'm going to tell you, I loved how WrestleMania 29 came together, just because of the simple, redemption versus legacy. But and what I
was better.
yeah, 28 was great because it was in Miami. What I liked about it was that angle, and then what I liked even more. Remember, back in the day, people hated The Rock. So him being this ultra face was ridiculous because I'm looking at it going, you look at his WrestleMania record, it is not as stellar as freaking Shawn Michaels, but I get it. I get why they do it. He's a big star. It's fine. You get to do that. And by the way, I would not have mind CM Punk versus Rock at Mania. But, I thought him versus Undertaker was one of the best matches at that WrestleMania, actually.
They stole the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like Lesnar Punk did at SummerSlam.
So that was WrestleMania.
I just hate the fact that they will never, ever let Punk main event at WrestleMania.
He has had a WrestleMania moment, when he won the money.
Main event. Yeah, okay, but never main evented in WrestleMania.
He never main evented. No, not at all.
That makes me angry after the.
But the Money in the Bank, I was considered at a WrestleMania moment. That was awesome.
I thought the Chris Jericho match with him and Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 29 was, not 29, 28.
28.
Yeah, actually, that's the one I meant. I apologize.
That should have been the main event.
That should have been, and I even said that too. And I was like, when I saw him coming out, I was like, that's stupid.
I was so ticked.
Even
I was like, really? I was like, they're putting the title, the WWE title, aside and putting John Cena versus The Rock instead of it. But
that was Rock, though. I mean, they were doing that. And the sad part was, when I saw that, I was like, this will be one of the worst matches we're going to see. And it was. It was hard to watch that match.
It was bad. So many finishes.
So many event Daniel Bryan, but not CM Punk.
I think the only reason Daniel Bryan did get the main event spot was because CM Punk left. If CM Punk never left, I think they both would have been stuck in the mid card at WrestleMania 30.
I agree. I so agree.
He probably faced Kane.
Yeah,
I could have seen him going against. I think they would have went with Daniel Bryan being in the main event and kind of making it screw you, CM Punk.
Yeah.
And then think about it. CM Punk could have went off all over that, with him and Hunter. Because we all know that's the true fight there. And for him not to, exactly. And for Punk to do that, it's one of those we'll never know.
Yeah, nobody knows the backstory. Nobody knows what really happened. Like, what they really had planned.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? One guy knows, and we need to ask him. Mr. freaking Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler knows everything, and he's going to get buried anyway, so might as well come on my show, or Paul's show, or Adam's show. Dolph, we are asking you to come out, spill the beans. You're going to get buried anyway. Come to us, and we'll help you get that burial.
Well, he can have a shoot on my show about WWE. Go ahead. I don't care. He can take over.
Well, you can host,
You can host my show. You can take over, man. There you go. Show off.
Yeah.
Everyone introduced. Off Ziggler. Yeah. He has taken over the show.
Here's the lighter fluid. Burn your career down.
I was gonna say there was a question. You said we were talking about The Rock. There's actually a Rock question. Actually, I mean, one guy said in the fan page, he said, "Is The Rock done with wrestling in general? Is he finished? Has he hung his boots? Has he retired?"
No, he's going to the Hall of Fame next year apparently and have one more match.
He hasn't said he's retired. I think he's going to have one more match. So.
Yeah, he said he's not. He didn't say he was officially done. So
he's in the movie.
The thing that pissed him off was when Cena botched.
But that's okay, because Rock botched in CM Punk's match, and I still think that match.
Did he tear the groin for him? No.
No, but still. But that was
Talk
really
about
Rock's
Matt.
growing,
That was
you know,
really
that shit gotta be painful. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll affect his movie style, innit? His image.
Right?
Yeah, he was still doing movies.
Yeah.
It's all about the movies.
You
I
know,
don't
So-
know in the movies though, not at all. You know, he stated before, people have stated before, he's always wanted to be an actor, and you know, following the footsteps of his father and his grandfather, and you know, he made it in this business, and he pretty much did do everything there was to do, and you know, I think I wouldn't say he was smart, but he got out before you know nagging injuries started to occur, and he started to hit not on a downward spiral, but health-wise, you know. And you know, he always wanted to do movies, and he left a legacy big enough for people to remember him, no doubt. So if he wants to go on and do something else, that's fine. The problem I have with The Rock is him saying he's here to stay and then he leaves. Well, don't lie to us.
That was a bad. I'm sorry, that was a bad promo he did. He should never said that.
Right. You want to do movies, more power to you, man. Go ahead, do it. I'll watch your movies. I'll check you out. I follow you as a wrestler and as a human being. But if you're gonna say you're back and then leave, not once but twice, fuck off. And he was my favorite. He was my favorite growing up, and as a kid, I hated heels, and he was the only heel I liked because I was just such a big fan of him.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I never liked heels at all. I liked the face.
I like Shawn Michaels.
When I was young.
I was a big fan of The Rock, The Undertaker, Triple H, and Stone Cold. I loved Kurt Angle too.
oh, Kurt Angle was gold back in the day.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
even like a fan of
What
all
about
the
Kevin-
fighters, even the jobbers. So
Ken Shamrock. as well.
I like Crash Holly.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Back then, the talent was so widespread that like everybody had their own thing, and everybody was talented. Everybody was in their own storyline, and just the whole roster was so well rounded. You know, there was nothing that you really wanted to skip throughout the show. Glued to your
And
TV.
even the boss man.
You could even like the jobbers because they were actually good.
Remember
Yep.
Steve Black? He was awesome. The Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
Oh, he's one of my favorites.
I still enjoyed them.
Him and Head Cheese.
His epic clash with Ken Shamrock.
We had we had the debut of the Radicals: Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero. and
Oh, that was one of the best entrances I'll ever remember.
Oh my
You know, because that was right after all that craziness with WCW and Benoit
Yeah,
dropping
they-
the belt. Yeah, you know, and it's like, there they are, and it's like, oh my God, did this just happen?
It's kind of
I don't
ironic because if you think about it, you had the Outsiders, which was Scott Hall, Razor Ramon in WWF, and Kevin Nash. They jumped ship to WCW. They jumped the ship, and around the same time period, Chris Jericho and the Radicals jumped to the WWF. So everybody won in that situation, you know.
What a
Stars,
win-win
man.
situation for WCW. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. WWE just poured us
Yeah.
over.
Rewind.
Yeah, we won. Can we get back on that train? Kevin's still tearing the quad. Oh man, what was the question? I'm sorry, I'm cracking up with this stuff. It was about The Rock, right?
Yeah, is he done with
Alright.
wrestling?
All right. Here's the thing. As like an ambassador to WWE, that's fine, you know. And if he gets a legend where he goes into the Hall of Fame because he's one of those that deserves it. Let's be honest, with his background and everything, even before the last title run, he deserves it. All right. With that being said, but Paul said it perfectly. What ticked me off, and it's more backstage than it is front stage, the promos. I'm back, and I'm never leaving. Oh, got to do a movie. Fast and Furious 6, watch me. And my problem is, so Rock comes back, wins the belt. Who gets screwed? The guys in the back that work their butts off to do everything they can. I get why they did it. Still doesn't make it right. I think that was one of those big mistakes.
And he wasn't even a great title. Was
No, I
he?
mean,
Terrible. It's terrible.
it was a. Yeah, go ahead, Gex.
I mean, it was good to see Rock as champion, but his title run wasn't good as like his last one he had. I get what you guys are saying. So
Yeah, I mean 2002 was way better.
I mean, yeah, it was good to see Rock as a champion, bring you back to the good old days when he was champion, but it just didn't feel like it.
Once he took the title off of Punk at Royal Rumble, building to WrestleMania, how many appearances did he make on Raw and SmackDown and weekly television? 2?
Really.
Yeah, I mean,
Via satellite, making fun of John. Come on.
But once they got closure to WrestleMania, they tried to make him, appear every Raw.
and the only reason that happened was because why? Where was WrestleMania? New York, big city. You know, and I mean that's why I said there's sometimes WWE does it right, and then there's times they just miss it. And
Well,
I still think that's one of that.
29 was in New Orleans.
No, 30 was in New Orleans.
Or yeah, 30 was in New Orleans. Where was
Yeah.
29?
29
New York, yeah, New York, New Jersey.
Right.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, I've got 3 more questions left.
Okay.
Unless you want to finish off saying about The Rock, go ahead.
No, I think we've raised it.
Yeah.
I think.
Pretty much. So yeah, the other questions, or I think one of them said, what do you think of the chances of Mick Foley coming back to wrestling?
0.
I'm going to say it's short. He's not coming back to wrestling.
He's not coming back because I saw his documentary. He has a hard time getting up out of his bed. He's on so much medication. I don't think so.
No, I mean, I'll see him involvement with Global Force Wrestling. I've seen those videos. Maybe he will have some input, but he's not going to wrestle. No, he's going to probably be join the crew, maybe.
All those years he did that hardcore wrestling, it caught up to him finally.
He's not in shape. He's not in great shape as well.
No.
He can't go. He can't do a good match.
His body was physically destroyed, you know. Anybody else would have been done years before him. You know, careers are shortened from the stuff he does, and anybody else would have done that instantly. His mentality kept him going. The love for the business kept him going. I respect him, honestly. I can honestly say I probably respect Mick Foley more than a lot of people.
All right. Whoa. I need to amend an answer then, if that's the case. Mick Foley needs to be one of those guys that gets in the Hall of Fame.
He is in the Hall of Fame.
He is in the Hall of Fame?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I didn't know if they took it off of him or what. You know, because sometimes, you know, stuff happens and I've totally forgot. But I'm going to go here, guys. Mick Foley, I don't want him wrestling. I don't want to see him wrestle anymore. That last stint when he did a spot and everything, I just didn't want to see it anymore. I really didn't. It's hard. I mean, I just saw Ole Anderson in a wheelchair. You know, it don't end pretty for these guys. You know, you don't get to walk out in the sunset. You know, you get to walk away. If you walk away, consider yourself lucky.
Leaving at a young age, even, that's the best on one hand. You know? If you carry on until you're 50 or 60, or even,
this is why WWE doesn't do hardcore wrestling anymore.
Well, the chair shots in the head.
This is why they care about the wrestlers. They don't want them to end up like Mick Foley years later, can't even get out of his bed.
Yeah.
Because when I think of wrestling, from the second I started watching it till this very present moment, when someone says wrestling to me, the moment that's friggin' branded into my brain is Mick Foley falling 30 feet off the Hell in a Cell through the table from The Undertaker. That is the moment that it just sold it for me. And I was a big fan before it, and then after that, you know, it was whoa. You know, that's the moment that's imprinted in my head.
It will live forever, that moment.
When you say wrestling to me, I think of Kristen Law, technical wrestling.
I
started watching WCW before WWE. They had Kristen Law. They had all the technical wrestlers.
I was the opposite.
So.
No, I started watching WF. It didn't.
Sorry, I was a WCW guy.
I'm a WWE fanboy.
The NWA, the WCW guy.
I have some WF guy, but I did like WCW.
I did too. I really enjoyed it.
I did watch it late. So.
WCW, as I got older, I appreciated it more and more, and you know, they were on the same level. As a kid, I loved WWF because I loved the characters, and that stood out to me. But now when I go back, I see them as equals and you know, great in their own right.
Yeah,
I missed to see them around. I do miss them. Wish they were still around.
They were the best competition WWE ever had,
and will ever have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's nobody else going to beat them. TNA hasn't. They failed. So.
Dixie Train!
Speaking of TNA, their crowd's kind of full.
Yeah.
How's the crowd doing, really?
Yeah.
The beginning match was good.
Yeah. I mean, any last thoughts about the question? You got anything else to say about it? I'm going to move on.
No, the pure fact that Mick Foley has to have his wife put his shoes on for him in the morning just speaks volumes. The doctor already told him you can never. He didn't say you should not wrestle again. He said you can never wrestle again. So
Yeah.
no, 0 chance. Sorry. I wish he could.
You gotta take that away from him. You cannot let him ever have that decision.
No,
think
don't
he-
be selfish.
No, I think he should just finish in a high note. He should not get back and end up being in a wheelchair or something.
And he's actually very good at a comedian. This whole comedian spill he's been doing.
Oh, he's a funny guy. Yeah.
He
Ziggler does
is.
well, too. Ziggler does well okay too. You know, they're both pretty funny guys. They got good personalities.
Yeah. They always had. Yeah, exactly.
I
So he
respect-
can stick with comedian. He doesn't have to go step in the ring and cause a lot of damage to his body more, and end up maybe paralyzed or
I like to see
worse.
commentate.
I don't want to see him paralyzed because I want to see want him to see his grandkids when his kids has kids, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, commentary, as you said, Paul, I wouldn't mind seeing. He was on SmackDown for a time, been doing commentary. You can do that with Global Force Wrestling. There you go.
I hope that's what it was, because that's what I mentioned. I was like, hopefully they put him on commentary, they make him, a talent agent or something like that. Anything to get him intertwined in the business. He loves it so much. He has more passion than the next guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, now that I agree with.
Yeah, he does have passion, definitely. No doubt. So, yeah, I'm going to move on to the next question. I've got 2 left. One is, would Bray Wyatt be a good champion if he ever let's say if he becomes champion at Money in the Bank, going to SummerSlam and months, do you think he can handle being a champion? Could he, will he be good with it? Do you have good feuds?
He doesn't need it right now. And I'm not saying he doesn't need it because he's not ready. I think he's pretty close to ready. He's getting there. I'm not saying because he doesn't need it. I'm saying he's a guy that someone is, kind of shadows the Undertaker in a way, in his personality and how he delivers and how he works in the ring, things of that nature. Of course, he's not as good as him when it comes to ring ability, but
Yeah.
he's a guy that his promo skills and the character itself, it just grabs your attention, and it's one of those things that's a little bit bigger than the title. And he doesn't need the title to be relevant. And with WWE lately, they just throw a title on the guy to make him relevant.
Yeah, they don't need it with him.
it
The
might be
title
too
doesn't
early.
make the guy makes the title. And I'll say that to the day I die.
I think it might be too early for him to be champion right now.
I don't think as Paul said, I don't think he needs a title to make himself over. He's already over.
Yeah, I know he's
He
going
already has. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice him being champion, but I don't think it should be.
But if you want to,
too early. Too early. I mean,
if you want to
I
say,
agree.
does he deserve it or is he ready for it? Does he deserve it? No matter how consistent his promos are, he hasn't been there long enough. He hasn't achieved that longevity in the company and that
Yeah.
been put on that pedestal yet. He doesn't deserve it yet. Is he ready? This time next year, yes.
Yeah, I mean, he could win the Royal Rumble and win the title.
I have a funny feeling Reigns will win next year, but that's okay. What do you guys think about Bray Wyatt, though?
Oh man. All right. So this is a very interesting question, but I lean like you guys have, and I'm very surprised because I didn't know how y'all were answering. I wanted to hear what you had to say. I don't think Bray needs to be the champ. Not that I don't think he could be a good champ, not because it's too soon. I'm gonna say I think Bray just needs to keep going. He could get close to being the champion, kind of like how Undertaker was when he wasn't champion right away. Yeah, he did beat Hogan, but then that kind of got squashed up. But you kind of get him to pay the dues, but see how long this guy lasts. And I'm all for that. And then, you ask the question, who should be the champ? But I'm gonna go here. Wyatt doesn't need to worry about that. Wyatt's going to get a run, but I look at Bray Wyatt like I look at Jake the Snake.
Yeah, he's got similarities. Though.
Yeah,
I mean, and Jake didn't have the world title. So.
Yeah, and Jake never had a title in WWE, so that should tell you right there, how impressed that is.
Yeah, he got himself without the title. He didn't need a title to make himself a legend.
Didn't Jake have drug problems back in the day, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy had a rough life. If you watch Beyond the Mad documentary, Jake Roberts had a rough life, and yeah, he did never hold a major title. Piper never held a major title. He never held, was the face of the company, and it's unfortunate. Because when I look at Roddy Piper, I think of Dean Ambrose or a guy like CM Punk. When I look at Jake Roberts, I think of a guy like Bray Wyatt and stuff like that. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, as I said, he doesn't need the title to make himself, with your action. He's good. He's doing fine by himself right now without the title. Like I said, it's better by next year or end of the year.
It'd be cool if he had the title.
I mean, I think all of us agree he will have a championship run in him.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. Right now, he really doesn't need it. He's so over.
It's not going to come over. He's already over. So what's the point of giving him a title if he's already over?
And we don't know how they're going to book him as a champion. Who's he going to feud with? I mean,
but at the moment right now, nobody knows what's going on at the moment. So he's with the feud with Cena, and he's in the Money in the Bank match. And this question could be actually a lot more relevant than we think it can be. So let's.
Oh no! I have actually said if I had to pick the Money in the Bank winner without knowing who else is in it, I'm going with Wyatt. I think he'll win it. But the question is, do I think he needs the belt? I don't think he needs it. He's good without it.
Yeah, true that. Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, so we want to move to the last question of the night, and then we wrap it up.
You guys are pretty good at this. It's like these guys have a thing over here. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, I wish we could do it more often. This is only our second show, so hopefully we could.
We're doing it every week. So. Yeah, we're gonna do it every Sunday.
I talk about this shit all the time, like a lot of people. So.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I know Piero. He loves the idea of it. He always keeps bringing it up to me. So
I do this on my page all the time. I argue with people and I give them a reasonable answer why I like this guy, why certain stuff.
We'll see how the views go after 2 or 3 days after today's show, and if they're working out, then no doubt we'll bring it to you more and more and more. The more you guys watch, the more we'll do.
Because I enjoy doing stuff like this.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, this is like you're sitting at the table, you got yourself a cold beer, and you're having conversations with your buds. That's how I feel, and I love it. I just wanted to tell you guys that.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, because the reviews, you have to.
Reviews are just.
You have to look at the information.
Yeah. It's almost like you could do reviews in your sleep, the way we go sometimes.
Yeah. It's more open freely in this show, so yeah, that's really the benefit of it. That's why I enjoy it. It's good.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So give me a call next week. You can host it.
Ashley B. Small Joe. Oh, you fucking piece of shit.
You know what? Deal with it.
Yeah. So.
Fucking fake.
Come on, Aries. Hang in there. Come on, we need Aries.
So we move. We get back to asked TNA. So let's go with the last question.
Sorry.
Last question.
We have answered this before many times, me, Paul, and Billy, but I mean, it's well, I'm gonna say, is Sting really coming to the WWE?
I believe.
Yeah.
There's another Sting question.
I believe he's coming and he's doing a promo for probably for Raw and probably for 2K15.
Yeah, there's been rumor today about him. There's something about he's gonna be with 2K15 like a bonus or something.
It's kind of like how the Ultimate Warrior was.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna advertise it. I think he's gonna show up. Then you would think.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I think he has signed. There's I don't know. Everyone's been speculating it for years on end, and it's been a big talk in the wrestling community online and things like that. But
I think
for
it's
some reason, this year feels different to me. And even though I do like Sting, I'm not a huge fan from like most are. I know he is great though, but something is different about this year. Something just feels right.
It keeps going on since January. I mean, if it was really not true, they would have stopped it months ago, wouldn't it? But they keep going on about it. You hear it. Oh, he's gonna sign eventually. He just needs one thing to do, and then he will sign.
They've been talking since December of last year. Longest negotiation.
He could have been TNA by now.
Yeah, he could have went back to TNA, but he decided not to because he knows they really are not for him. So.
This is his last opportunity to do it. That's why he's taking it so serious.
Exactly. I mean, look, if he says no now, I have to say it is done. I don't see him ever having another chance. He's 5 years old. The guy's getting on.
Something like that.
And he beat a guy that rekindles the Undertaker's flame after his loss at WrestleMania 30.
He wanted
They
to
go-
face.
They go out in a tie at WrestleMania 31. When do we see a tie ever happen?
That would be weird, though. I mean,
Both retire on the same
Find
day.
out respect
So, at WrestleMania 31.
when you put two guys in the ring. Like if you took like Benoit and Guerrero and you had them run an Iron Man match and tie at the end, and it leaves that thing of like who's really better. I don't know how other fans feel about it. It's just something I always liked and something they don't do enough, and no one expects it.
Yeah.
no, I
don't
agree
know.
with you that no one does it enough. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Iron matches we haven't seen one for a long time. So
No one could carry it.
yeah.
Yeah, like if you tried to book one, who would you put in that match? But before we answer that, all right. So the question again, Sting. Honestly, I've heard this question since I was a teenager. So, and I'm in my late 30s. So let me go ahead and put that to rest there. So with that being said, I have always taken this stance. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
But I'm with Paul. This year is different, and I say this after the Warrior's death, and they did that Warrior Week, and he popped up on that thing, and it said Sting.
Yeah.
I was
WWE
like,
Network. Yeah.
this has to happen. I mean, this is one of those. It does have to happen. And now that you have WWE 2K4 or 50 now, being rumored to use him, I'm going to go here. They need to go ahead and just do it. I think the fans would go unbelievable. The game would go over big time because when the Warrior was the unlockable, people went nuts with it. I know I did, and I'm going to go here. I wouldn't be upset if he joined. I think it would just be one of those things that it was bound to happen and happen. And I've always said Sting should have been in WWE. It would have been a good moment to see him in there. So I wish it was sooner, but I'll take what we get.
Fair enough. True, yeah. I mean, I would love to see him there. If he
One
doesn't
thing-
come, but I think he's ready. Pretty much, I think he's ready there. I think he has signed secretly. They haven't confirmed it. So.
One thing C Double said that really resonated with me was I completely forgot about it. He reminded me when he mentioned it was the Sting speaking on behalf of the Warrior after he passed away in the tribute video they did on the WWE Network, and they did work as the Blade Runners back in the day with Sting and Ultimate Warrior, and they really weren't the best of friends, you could say. They were partners and things like that, but they didn't really get along. So, and it's not really relevant with fans today and the majority of fans watching in general. So he didn't really need to be on there.
Exactly.
But he was doing it on behalf of respect and things like that. They did probably have some friendship on some boundaries, but yeah, I just feel he signed.
Well, here's something also, because what was being mentioned was before Warrior's passing, he was making amends for everything.
Right.
So that's kind of why it surprised me to see Sting, because like you just said, they weren't the best of friends. But that just kind of confirmed, because Sting made it confirmed, that him and Warrior did work it out, and that they were going to get to see each other for the first time after Mania. And, obviously that didn't happen, but, it's one of those things. So, yeah, that's kind of why I put it out there, because, that still hits a soft spot in my heart, too.
Yeah, exactly. They wasn't best of friends, but both of them did come to wrestling together, and they were tag team as the Blade Runners.
Two of the most professional wrestlers.
Yeah. So, hey, exactly. So we answer his questions. Unless you've got any last thoughts about it, no? About Sting? No.
What
he
a
said
show.
long show. Yeah, I'm tired.
Quick.
Yeah, it's alright. It's the questions. There's so many questions. In the end. But since now the show is over, we move to we can move to the plugins now. So if you want to do a shout out plugins, go ahead. Start with Billy.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at BrickWally60.
Yeah. C Double. Go ahead.
All right, follow me. Yeah, follow me at Wrestle 2_talk. at C Georgia Rican, and thank you guys for having me on. And to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. And it's been a pleasure just sitting here talking wrestling and feeling like I was in the living room having a beer, chatting around with you guys.
It's great to have you on the show, man. So anytime you can come on whenever, you just have to message.
You got it, buddy.
Good, good. We move to Paul with your fan base. You want, if you like any fans.
I gotta say, today's show was a great experience for everybody. Happy C Double was here, definitely enlightening on all of us. And you know, you can follow me on Twitter at @the_Arabian Wolf, or you could add me on Facebook at Paul Gazer. Don't forget, PWF is War, July 12th, 6 p.m. Thrasher will be here, so we're expecting you. Wear your skirts, ladies.
Wear your skirts. Believe in PWF as well. But yeah, so you can now my time's plug. You can follow us on Twitter at PWF is War, which we upload our shows on there. Like us on Facebook as well, Broadcast Wrestling Fallout. Do the same and join our group, which is Broadcast Wrestling Fallout as well. But it's discussion. It's not just videos. We discuss about wrestling in general. So if you want to have your say, go on that group. And of course, subscribe now if you haven't already, because it'd be nice because we're growing. We're getting new subs. So we just want to keep going. We're still young. Still done 4 months now. We're hungry, young, but we're doing good. We're doing good because we're newbies. But yeah, so yeah, spread the word, guys. Tell friends, pro wrestling fans. You know, like us, share us, whatever. So from the PWF team, we hope you have a great night. Well, peace.